Hi everyone, welcome back to Bethany's Vintage Fairytale. I'm so glad that you guys have joined me today for this amazing garden party with an Alice in Wonderland theme. My whole family helped pitch in to make this party a huge success, and I cannot wait to share with you guys the entire process. So we're starting out with making some kind of event props here. My husband got all of these blank pieces of wood from his work, and he helped me put together a beautiful wall that we wanted to have people take pictures at. So he's helping me layer on all of this different wallpaper that I collected off of Facebook Marketplace. It was basically all scraps of different kinds of prints and flowers, and he was just going ahead and adding all of the Mod Podge and just kind of layering all of them down onto the pieces of wood here. And then once we had all of our papers laying on top of each other, we went ahead and ripped all of the panels. That way you could see all of the different wallpapers layered on top of each other. And that just gave it a really nice distressed look, very shabby chic to fit in with all of my decor. And I love how this was created with all recycled materials. Like I said, all of the wood used was from my husband's yard that he works at, and then all of the scrapbook paper was from Marketplace, so it was really inexpensive, and I love how I was able to create a beautiful piece of art that would fit in with my Alice in Wonderland theme. So I just used my hot glue gun and attached these kind of in a diagonal going from board to board, just kind of layering on the greenery and different flowers, just keeping it pretty simple, but I really like how this kind of jazzed up the board just a little bit more and gave it a lot more color. These florals were also all secondhand as well. These were from previous projects that I deconstructed to make this piece, so keeping with the recycled theme, I just absolutely love how this came together and added a beautiful layer of color to the wall. So for our next project, I wanted to go ahead and transform this old dresser that I got off Facebook Marketplace for $15, and I wanted to turn it into a really beautiful romantic garden planter that would be beautiful for my outdoor decor for the party and then also for future use as well. I went to my local garden center and picked out a few different florals that were nice and small that would fit perfectly into my dresser here. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to give this a new coat of paint. It definitely needed this. This has definitely seen better days. One of the handles is actually broken, and then a lot of the paint is chipped off. So I just wanted to give it a little bit of a refresh with some beautiful green paint. This was actually left over from our living room refresh that I posted a few weeks back, and I just wanted to make sure I used up all of the leftover paint. So I'm just giving this a nice coat of paint here. I'm not being too fussy because this is going to be an outdoor garden planter, so I didn't really need to worry about, getting it absolutely perfect. There's going to be like dirt and scratches on here eventually, so I was just kind of covering up all of the old paint that was on here, just kind of giving it some new life. My idea with this DIY actually came from the beginning part of the Alice in Wonderland movie, where she initially falls down the rabbit hole and then all of the furniture is kind of all over the place, kind of upside down and crazy, and I just kind of thought it would be fun to have some cute little vintage furniture pieces outside with my decor that I can use to put all of my plants. I can also have my food and drinks on here if I wanted to, or different decor, so there's lots of different options here, and I love how I can use this after the party as well, just for general outdoor decor as well. After giving this about 3 coats of paint, I really was satisfied with how it looked, and it's so beautiful out in my garden here, and I'm so excited to show you guys how I filled it up with all of these beautiful flowers. So I just went in with some soil and some fertilizer and just filled the bottom drawer here. And then I'm just going ahead and adding in a few different flowers and greenery here. I didn't want to overfill it just because one of the greenery pieces that we put in here was more of like a ground filler, and I knew it was going to spread out. So I left a lot of empty space just so to give it a little bit of room. I'm definitely not a gardener, so my husband helped me just kind of go ahead and add all of these in, which was super helpful. And I just absolutely love how this is going to kind of flourish in our garden here and get it wild and crazy. I thought it would just be perfect for Alice in Wonderland and then beautiful for my outdoor kind of secret garden look. I decided to only fill the bottom drawer here with the flowers just because I didn't want to squish any of them if I went higher up with all of the other drawers. I actually found a few of these different dresser DIYs on Pinterest, and some of them had just the bottom, some of them had all of them full, but I didn't want to squish them or destroy any of my beautiful plants, so I just decided to leave the top 2 drawers closed and just fill the bottom. And then I'm just adding a few more plants just onto the top of this dresser here, just with some terracotta pots and some leftover soil that I had. I just absolutely love how this dresser is turning out, you guys. This is so fun and fabulous. I've never tried to do this kind of outdoor DIY before, but I really am happy with how it turned out. So this other piece of furniture I actually found on Facebook Marketplace as well. I think I paid maybe $30 for it. It was super cheap. It's definitely quite old and seen better days, but I love the beautiful vintage look of this piece. I just couldn't pass it up. And like I said, I wanted to have a lot of antique furniture out here for display purposes, just because with Alice in Wonderland there was a lot of that in the beginning of the movie, and I just absolutely love having all of my beautiful dishes on display and being able to showcase all of my different teacups and things like that. So I just wanted to add in a few pieces of decor here. Again, going kind of wild and crazy with the design here. Definitely not simple. I wanted to kind of make it really dramatic and fun, over the top, something fun that my daughter could enjoy and all of our guests. I eventually do want to do this party over again in a few years once my daughter is older. Right now she's 5 and she absolutely loved the party, but I feel like when she's a little bit older she would even appreciate it even more. So eventually I might do this again. It was so much fun, you guys. I just had the best time putting this together, and I'm so happy with how everything turned out. And don't forget to like this video if you're enjoying it so far. That really helps the channel to grow, and I really appreciate every single one of you guys watching my video, and I really hope you guys are getting some fun inspiration for your outdoor decor, maybe some birthday parties that you're planning in the near future, or just to enjoy. I love having you guys here and being able to show my creativity with you all. So on the top of this piece, I'm just adding in some books here. I've been collecting so many different copies of Alice in Wonderland for weeks now. I have a whole bunch of different ones that are super old. Every time I go to the thrift store, I see if I can find another copy. I have a Disney version as well, so I've been kind of placing them all over the place just to kind of give that really fun nod to the movie and just add a little bit more fun decor. You guys will also see this adorable little cake stand that I created in my last video. I showed you guys a lot more of the DIYs that I created for this party as well. If you guys want to check out some of those, I'll leave that in the description box below if you guys would like to watch that video. So now that we have this part totally decorated in my garden here, we're going to go ahead and start decorating the main structure. So this is again a piece of wood that my husband got at his yard. He works on rail cars and like loading trains and stuff like that, and these were scrap pieces of wood that he had at his yard. So he built this amazing contraption for me, which we wanted to hang all of these beautiful flowers, as you guys can see here. My mom was super gracious and cut down a whole bunch of stuff from her garden, as well as my grandpa. He gave me these beautiful red roses, and I got the hydrangeas actually from a lady's house. She let me go and cut down a whole bunch of her flowers from her garden to add it to this beautiful contraption here, and I'm so excited with how this is looking, you guys. This is so magical, and it's even more amazing than I thought about it in my head. So I really hope you guys are enjoying it. And my husband also helped me hang up this vintage chandelier. This was again a vintage item that I picked up on Facebook Marketplace. It is kind of broken in some areas, but I kind of thought that added to the beautiful vintage charm, and I love how it just kind of added that beautiful sparkle when the sun hit it. So now that we have our beautiful canopy all decorated, we're going to go ahead and set the tablescape. So on Amazon, I found this beautiful, they call it reindeer moss. It's very, very soft, and I got it in two different colors, this beautiful, really vibrant green and the cream. And I'm just going ahead and kind of separating it a little bit. And I wanted to use this actually as the runner for our table. Instead of using like an actual tablecloth, I wanted to give it some more texture. Again, something that felt really free and wild and crazy and really fitting with the outdoor decor and the Cinderella theme. And then I actually found these beautiful little bud vases that are all glass mushrooms, and I thought these would also fit in perfectly with this kind of garden party decor. And I'm just setting a group of 3 of these directly in the middle of my table here, and then I'm going to be putting on this beautiful cloche directly on top. Next, I wanted to go ahead and add in some beautiful vintage candelabras and candlesticks. I've been collecting a lot of vintage decor for quite a few months now, just in preparation for this party, and I actually found this beautiful golden candelabra here, and I hung some of my teacups on it, which I thought was really fun. I even attached a few little vintage keys on here as well, just kind of another nod to Alice in Wonderland. And then on Amazon, I found a huge pack of these jumbo playing cards, and you guys will see these all over the decor. They're kind of everywhere. My husband scattered them all over the floor, underneath the table. They're in all of the different dressers and just underneath all of the cups. I just thought it would be really fun, and I had a lot of them left over from the garland that we had made last video, so I want to just make sure that I used everything that I had. So now that we have the table runner all complete, I'm just going ahead and layering in all of my dishes. The beautiful gold vintage chargers are from Amazon. All of the homeware decor that you're seeing, all of the plates and cups are from HomeSense in Canada, or Home Goods if you're in the States. I've had these for years and I use them almost every time I make a tablescape. And then after that, I'm layering on these beautiful linen napkins, which I got on Amazon. I'm just kind of folding them kind of messy, just kind of right in the center of the plate, not trying to be too fussy. If you guys remember the Mad Hatter Tea Party in the movie, everything was crazy, everything was everywhere, so I didn't want it to be too neat. I wanted to kind of maintain that little bit of crazy in here as well, so I'm not being too precise here, just kind of having fun with it and just going ahead and placing in all of the decor. Now I'm just going ahead and placing in all of my vintage teacups. I collect this, you guys. These are one of my favorite hobbies, is to collect all of the different kinds of teacups. I love all of the beautiful character that they have and just that bit of whimsy. And I love how everyone got their own personalized teacup, which was really fun. And then to complete the look, I went ahead and added in all of the beautiful party favors that we created in our last video, using those Alice in Wonderland vintage playing cards and some beautiful keys. And I love how it just completed the look and brought everything together. Don't forget to leave me a comment down below if you guys are enjoying this as much as I have been putting this together for you guys. So this is how the whole tablescape turned out, you guys. I'm over the moon excited with how everything turned out. My husband helped me hang a lot of the teacups from the arch, as well as some more of the beautiful playing cards just to finish off the look. And then we also have this cute little side table here for my daughter, just so that she could have her own little spot to sit. And then we filled a whole bunch of teapots and put them on all of the beams of the arch with all different kinds of tea. And I didn't label them, so when my guests were over, they just had to try all of the different kinds of tea and kind of guess which was which. And it was so much fun, you guys, just having all of the different flavors and kind of that unexpected fun with the different kinds of tea. I'm just over the moon with how this turned out, you guys. This was so much fun, and I really hope you guys are enjoying it. So once the table was set up and the arch, I went ahead and got the food table organized just off to the side here. My husband had a few more of those boards from his work, so I put those underneath the food table just to give it a little bit more stability. And I just added in a beautiful floral arrangement. These are all florals from our local grocery store. And then I put in all of the food here on all of my little tiered trays. And then I put all of the little food signs that we created in our last video on all of my little charcuterie boards and my little trays here, which I thought was just the perfect little nod to Alice in Wonderland. And then of course lots of greenery, a lot more clocks, candles, just trying to keep with the vintage kind of decor. I wanted to give you guys an overview of how the garden party was all set up in our backyard here. So we had the food table kind of set off to the left-hand side and then the arch kind of close to our shed. That way later on in the day we would get some shade for our guests here because it's been very, very hot and dry here, as you guys can see by my grass, which I didn't realize was so badly burnt until it was on camera, but you know, you work with what you've got. So I'm just really hoping that you guys love this garden party that I've put together for you guys. This was the most fun I've ever had just putting one of these together. I love to do garden parties every year for my family and friends, and it's so much fun to be able to share it with you guys. And just the whole process of putting it together, creating all of the DIYs and the theme and just putting everything together, it just couldn't be more fun. So I'm so grateful to be able to share it with you guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video and found some inspiration for maybe a future party that you would like to host, or maybe a birthday, or if you just love decorating and decor like I do. I really hope I've inspired you guys today. And don't forget to leave a comment down below if you guys enjoyed and like this video. Subscribe if you are new. I would love to have you join the Fairytale family here. It means so much to have you guys all here with me, so I really hope you will consider subscribing. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I hope you will enjoy the rest of the video. Take care, you guys. Bye.